What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Danny the Bull, back with another live stream here on a Saturday night. Bitcoin is volatile, down about 10%. I want to say alts are down. My bags are down, but I'm okay because this is, expected. We expect these pullbacks. Nothing goes up in a straight line forever. And so when you anticipate volatility and pullbacks, it's just another day in crypto. So a lot to talk about. Overall markets. We'll talk about a lot of people in the chat already talking about Mammoth AI, MAMAI. It's been on fire for the last, just came out 2 weeks ago, went from $25,000 market cap to $1 million market cap today, really running up. So we'll talk about that, what it is, and where it could go, why I like it. We'll talk about the coins that I picked up this week. I added 2 brand new coins to the portfolio in the AI sector and added to one of my bags. So as always, there is a lot to talk about. We got 15 people already in here. Let's see who we got. Justin first. What's good, Justin, channel member? Andrew in the house. He's here for MAMAI. Danny the Mammoth. That's funny. Dino Dragon says, yeah, I should have bought Mammoth. It's retraced a little bit, so still sub 1 million. We'll talk about Mammoth for sure. Mammoths in the Wendyverse. Funny. Silverback says, MAMAI. Walls, what's good? Stevens asking, how do you purchase it? So it's on the MAMAI network in QuickSwap only right now. It's only available on one DEX. That is QuickSwap. So if you go into MetaMask, you go into the QuickSwap app on the MAMAI network. I would just copy and paste the token ID into there for when you're swapping so that you get the right token. We'll pull up the chart in a little while. I guess we're going to have to start with MAMAI today. Because a lot of people here chatting about it. Justin, again, all about that MAMAI. Just picked up a small bag. Oh, so you found it. Good to hear. I bought Mammoth at 35K market cap thanks to Ron. Yeah, so this was, so first of all, Adam, the project founder, is in the Telegram, in our Telegram, the one that Ron runs and that I help out with. And so he introduced us to his new project, Mammoth AI. First, I heard about it when it was $25,000 market cap, but apparently some bought it at $5,000 market cap. That was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and since then, it's been a bunch of green candles. And so I'm going to talk about what my first impression of it was and how my perspective of it has evolved and why I added some last week. Base Lab. Let's go. Maybe late to the MAMAI show, but late never. Yeah, better late than never. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think you're necessarily late. You're not early, but we'll see where it goes. It's a fun project. And we'll see. HG in the house. What's good? When we get the Bull AI? That's a good question. I need an AI/gaming token. Yeah, Frank says not too late at all. I don't think it's too late on, I wouldn't chase anything that it's retraced a bit, a good like 30%, I think. I'll pull up the chart in a minute, but I definitely wouldn't chase something that just 10x'd, but it did like a 30% pullback. So everyone is early to Mammoth. This is going to $100 million market cap. And yeah, I think that that's actually possible, which I wouldn't have said 2 weeks ago. MAMAI AI. What's up, Captain Kurt in the house? B-Dubs in the house. Justin says, make it happen. Chris Infinity, everyone is early to Mammoth. This is going up $100 million market cap minimum. They partnered with PAL AI. Yeah, so I guess let's talk about it. We'll just jump into it because that's the hot topic here in the chat. Let me pull up the chart. And here we go. So it's selling off a bit right now. So maybe you want to see where it lands after such a big, look at all these green candles up and to the right, all the way from less than 0004, was at 0004. It lost to zero. And that was from early this morning, from about midnight. So it pumped over, well over 200%. And before that, you can see where this came from. Super cheap down here. So this is where it started. All right. And this was at, there was an extra zero there, probably a $25,000 market cap, ran up super fast to about $500,000 market cap, sold off quite substantially. But this growth has been pretty organic in that there's not like a bunch of attention on this. This is not on any DEX except for Quick Swap. And it's only been out for 2 weeks. So when I first heard of the project, I didn't pay too much mind to it because it sounded silly, right? If you're not familiar with MAMAI, it's a project centered around bringing the woolly mammoth back to life. Let me pull up their Twitter. And not just that, it's a research-based project looking to utilize AI technology for data research in order to, bring the dodo bird, some other animals back, while at the same time conserving endangered species like the rhino, etc. Let me pull them up. Here we go. So it's research-based. They're looking to make donations to a bunch of universities. It's like decentralized science, funding de-extinction and conservation of endangered species. And when I first saw it, I thought it was kind of silly. Woolly mammoth, bringing back the woolly mammoth, right? That's so crypto, right? It sounds a little silly at first. But then the more I thought about it over the last week or so and seeing how people kind of naturally gravitated to it, I think because of that silliness, I thought that that's exactly what crypto is. It's a silly space where, things turn into memes. And this is a legitimate project that's aiming to do good, right? They're looking to preserve and conserve endangered species and work with some of the top universities in the country to do so and fund that research. So it's a good project at its heart and what they're trying to do. At the same time, it's got that memeability component to it because that's silly, bringing a woolly mammoth back to life, right? So I joke, we're going to bring the woolly mammoth back to life and ride this thing to Valhalla because that's so crypto, right? And so once that kind of clicked with me that it's like a silly notion, but that kind of works, I thought this could do well. And so I bought some. I didn't buy it at the $25,000 market cap that a lot of people in the Telegram bought it at because I slept on it at first. But I got some at I threw a couple $100 at it. Not nothing crazy at like $100,000 market cap. But seeing the love that people have around it, or it's a feel good story, and seeing that makes me think that, Elizabeth Horn goes to like tens of millions in market cap, as does Benji coin and all these meme coins that mean absolutely nothing. When you have a meme coin that's attached to something, right, that is a feel-good story and fuels research to do good for the world, I think that that's a narrative that people can kind of rally around. And then it's got the memeability in terms of the woolly mammoth itself as a mascot. We had cat season, dog season. Now we've got a little bit of woolly mammoth season. And what's super interesting is when you look at the followers. So again, only been out a couple weeks. Here, homie Jordan Riz. But you look at who's following this, you'll see some notable like people and influential people. You've got this guy, I don't know who he is, but he's got 50,000 followers. You got this content creator with 250,000 subs, 244,000 subscribers or followers on Twitter. 45K Web3 advisor. I don't know him. I thought this was interesting. You got model, dancer, actress with 1 million followers. She's followed by Hello Labs, Mario Nawful. She's a marketing consultant, an ambassador to some companies. Crypto Eden, 100,000 followers. Swift Blockchain, 80,000 followers. Whales Club, over 100,000 followers. I don't know who General Elon is, but apparently he's a crypto influencer and gem finder, and he's got about 80,000. He's got about 80,000 followers. I mean, maybe these are bots, but you see a trend here. Almost 1 million followers here. Crypto community, 20K. And so on and so forth. Shiba Army bullish, 150K. So you see a bunch of people following this project, then a bunch of you people. Buck Nasty, Gem, VV Viral, there's Ron, Asian Dan, Smells Fun, Blockchain Rick James, Dr. Rolex, Mark Myers, Mohammed Siddiqui. You get all these people, Javier Torres, Ern, Dino. So a lot of the community, the VV community, Hello K's in there, OG Vault, even Alex from VV. A lot of people have latched onto this and have followed it. And so, you know, this whole space is so community driven and narrative driven that when I look at Mammoth AI, I can see it just gaining traction off of that memeability factor, coupled with the fact that it's a project that aims to do good for animals. So, you know, at a sub $1 million market cap, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I'd never ape into anything that's super small, right? That's just not my style of investing. But, and I also wouldn't chase at like, you know, it's retraced now. So you might get good entry. You know, you want to avoid buying up here. It's on a bit of a retrace now. So a lot of people have been reaching out, asking about it. They see it. And that's why I've been bullish on it. And I think that it's a fun project and it can do well over the next, you know, months and during this cycle. So I'm really excited about it. They have a bunch of partnerships that are in the works, again, with top universities and some other things. And I think someone mentioned it here that they just partnered with PAL, P-A-A-L. Let me pull that up. I think I bookmarked that tweet. Here we go. Here it is. Mammoth AI, PAL AI collaboration. So they've integrated PAL into the Telegram in order to, the AI bot into the Telegram. They created an AI bot called Tusk in their Telegram, and the bot serves to educate and raise awareness on topics revolving around the woolly mammoth, de-extinction, conservation, genomics, and much more. The AI bot will continuously be trained to provide more value to our community. And I think the Telegram has I want to say 15,000 members, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to pull it up right now. Let's see. Quite a few people in there. No, much less. 1,000, over 1,000. I'm confusing it with another one, but it's still a lot for something that's been out for 2 weeks and was just $25,000 market cap recently. So there you go. That's MAMAI. Uno Sean. 100 billion, book it. No. Uno Sean. 5 million market cap. I can see it happening. I can see 10 million market cap happening. And then it's crypto. And so I could see a bit higher, but I wouldn't buy with an expectation that it's $1 billion project. Of course, it's crypto. Anything can happen. But, you know, a $10 million market cap coming off of 700K is almost a 20x. So I think that's, you know, a fair thing to think about. And then if it gets there and if there's momentum around it and a community building around it and people talking about it, you never know what happens. I don't know what's on the agenda in terms of new exchanges coming. I'm assuming there will be more DEXs first because right now it's only available on QuickSwap. The good thing is that it's on Matic, and so you're not paying absurd and obscene gas fees. So there you go. But back to the market, you've got Bitcoin at about 66, just hovering above 66K. Bit of a sell-off, about 10% from where it was, its all-time highs. This is the second 10% pullback that we've seen. The first one was more of like a flash crash type of thing. I think it recovered within the same day. This one, you know, it's dragging out over the weekend. I think we'll see how the weekend closes out and see where it goes for next week. But when in doubt, zoom out. And if these things bother you, just zoom out on the chart, and it's a healthy correction, right? Nothing goes up in a straight line. There are always going to be pullbacks, and the market needs a pullback. I think something like, I forget the number, but millions of dollars were liquidated this week on the pullback. So healthy correction. We'll see how it plays out if we go down further or if it holds this support line. Alts have bled accordingly. But again, zoom out. And I always like looking at charts like this that put things in perspective. So this is from Rect Capital. And I think we've all been expecting a pre-halving pullback. And some people expect big shakeout up to like 30, 40%. No pullback this cycle has been more than like 20 to 22%. So they're getting a bit smaller compared to previous cycles. And you see similar patterns play out right around the halving. And usually we get a bit of a pullback at or around the halving. Look at 2016. Here's 2020, big wick down, but that was COVID. So a little bit of black swan. And now here we are. But the overall trend is the same. And that's what's important, the overall trend. And when the trend is up and to the right, these big pullbacks will provide some good entries in hindsight. So if there are things that you've been looking to get in on or accumulate, we might be seeing an opportunity. And here's another good post from Mustache here. Altcoins are correcting a bit and people are acting like it's the end of the world. After 6 green weeks, this is completely normal. I told you that such dips will happen in a bull market. See it as an opportunity. And again, just zoom out. The trend, the overall trend is still up and to the right. And so over the last week, I've added a few coins. I'll talk a bit about those. We'll talk about PAL AI because these are in the AI sector. And if you've been following the channel, I've been talking about PAL. Let's pull that one up before. Here we go. So last month I said that Paladin AI was one that I liked, that I thought could possibly follow Palm's trajectory. I don't know if it's holding pretty strong at 14 cents. I had a big wick up, brand new all-time high for Paladin AI. $14 million market cap, still small. This off the strength of Alex Becker, news of Alex Becker adding it to his portfolio. Here it is. So someone found Becker's wallet and they found that he's holding PAL AI, and that's all it really takes, right? And so sometimes we overcomplicate things. I try to simplify my strategy, find the hot sector, ride a hot sector, new projects that have strong fundamentals and are relatively undervalued, and just accumulate. And then little things like this will send them, right? Alex Becker being found to hold Paladin AI. This is still only a $14 million market cap. We saw Palm AI, which is a Telegram bot, go absolutely crazy. It blew past 100 million. It's about 150 million or so after its MEXC listing and after its revenue sharing program started. So Paladin AI also has a revenue sharing program that they're starting. Now Becker's into it. I don't know that they're going to get some centralized exchanges, but I am riding gaming this cycle and I'm riding AI. And this week, the 3 coins that I added are all AI. So one of them I've talked about previously, but I added to this bag. That was Astra. And Astra's actually held up pretty well in this volatility. This chart looks great. So this just came out in December. Ron put it out in the Telegram in January. I think it was January. It's about $1.50, which was, I want to say, sub $20 million market cap. And since then, it's been volatile, but you can see the overall trend. And it went up to $4.33 recently, new all-time high. Its holding's pretty strong amidst all this volatility. And so this is my goal right now. I've packed my bags on some of my other stuff, and now I'm just looking for other small caps, and they're getting harder to find in a hot sector, new coin, and build out some positions. I'm rotating out of my Solana bag and into some of these. And just to review Astra AI again, why I like it. Again, the sector, but also it's fully diluted. So there's not going to be the tokenomics of it. There's not going to be a bunch of dilution. Everything's in circulating supply. And if you look at the platform, so they're partnered with Intel. They have an AI-powered web extension for your browser. And they do a bunch of things: auditing, token auditing, AI search engine. They have an AI assistant, AI image generation, all connected to the blockchain. AI analysis, so they'll do chart analysis and produce, I want to say PDF files, and here's an example of that. So if you plug in a coin, it'll give you technical analysis overview, chart patterns, price action, moving averages, support and resistance, candlestick analysis, technical indicators, market sentiment, future price direction, etc. They just introduced this Astra Vision, which is their web extension for your browser. And I'm just going to read this because it does a good job of explaining. The Astra Vision is an AI-powered web extension that integrates a suite of powerful AI tools directly into your browser. This innovative extension is anchored by two core functionalities, which are AstraGuard and AI Snapper. So again, it integrates into your web browser. It detects malicious attacks and protects you while you're searching the web, protects you against malicious websites, phishing scams. So Astra does a bunch of different things. Partnership with Intel. The chart looks good. It's in the hottest sector. Fully diluted, sub $40 million market cap. So I built out my position there. And then I added two more new AI positions this week. Is the team doxed? It's a good question. I think so, but I'm not positive. I don't remember. Let me see if it's on here. They're connected to, like I said, they're connected to Intel and have some partnerships. So let's go to Astra Official. So they're in the Intel Developer Program. And that gives me, this isn't like OZK, right? OZK rugged. And I want to say that they had other partnerships, but I don't remember off the top of my head, and I don't want to give false information. So they look pretty legit. Looks like a promising one. The other two that I bought this week, one is LAI AI, which just came out in the last month. And LAI AI looks really promising. Sub $20 million market cap. Fully diluted is 170, but I think they're not all coming into circulation within the next year. I want to say the circulating supply will double in the next year, but I need to double check my facts on that. But this is a layer 2 AI platform that's looking to monetize data. So it allows you to monetize your data. And I'll show you their website and how you do that. This looks really promising. That's not it. Just bear with me while I have too many tabs open. No. All right, let me pull it up. Here it is. All right. So they have an app that's actually in the App Store. It's in, I think, the Apple Store. It's in the Google Store. This is a dedicated blockchain network for data monetization. So, companies steal your data and your data is valuable. What this does, it allows you to control who has access to your data while protecting your privacy. So you can store your data in, I want to say, like an NFT capsule. And you can then monetize that by giving it out to companies and allowing them access to your data so that they can use it and they can buy your data, but at the same time, it protects your privacy. They're featured in Yahoo Finance, Decrypt, The Block, CoinDesk, Bitcoin.com. They have a lot going on. It's a data economy app. They are doxed for sure. And again, the chart just came out, I want to say this month, shot up. Not on this chart. In CoinMarketCap, you'll see a big line up, came all the way down. And it's been now up and to the right. It did a nice 400% move over the last month or so. But it's been now retracing. And I think we're getting good entry right around here. I bought a little high, but when the long-term trend is up, you can afford to make mistakes. And so I just averaged down a bit, bought some more today at 6 cents. And again, if you look at LAI AI, it's got some notable people following it also. This is AI to earn, right? So it's, again, your data you earn from sharing your data. $196,000 followers. If you look at some of the followers that we might know, you've got some influencers on there. Marco Polo, I Am Crypto, Mario Nawful, who's a big Twitter Spaces influencer, 1.2 million followers. Gem Detector, he's got about 100,000 followers. Connor Kenny, YouTuber. Alan Rogers, former soccer player, 200,000 plus followers. A lot of people following this one. I love the narrative. It's AI, but with its own, there are a bunch of auditing apps. Astra does its thing, but there are a bunch of companies that do what Astra does in terms of, not to diminish Astra, I like Astra, but there are a bunch of, there's photo generation and all these things and auditing, token auditing. A bunch of different platforms do that. This is something that you don't really see, AI to earn, and allowing people to use their data to make money, leveraging AI technology. And so this is one that I'm going to probably continue to add to. Let me see if there's any other. Yeah, because it kind of checks all the boxes for me. The other coin that I bought this week, another AI play, is a sub $10 million coin. I'll pull it up here. It's harder and harder to find. It's not 2 million. It's more like $6 million market cap. This is wrong. It's getting harder to find a sub $10 million market cap in a hot sector. That looks promising. Morpheus Labs, Mind, to me, seems promising. Again, relatively new project, came out end of last year. Mostly sideways, now starting to gain some traction. Last month was at 0.2 of a penny. Went up to about 1 cent, did like a 4x from there, since retraced. And Morpheus Labs is a platform that's offering a blockchain as a service, to Web 2 companies. So it's bridging the gap from Web 2 to Web 3. Traditional companies that want to get into Web 3 and leverage blockchain technology, but don't have the wherewithal or the know-how, can partner with a company like Morpheus Labs, who can integrate them into Web 3. And they can do this with a variety of products and in a bunch of different sectors. So that could be helping companies build out metaverses, helping them to create, NFTs and do tokenization, create digital assets, GameFi. You can see they're partnered with Tencent Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, and some other companies. E-commerce. So this can help with, I guess, like loyalty programs and bringing Web3 to Web2 platforms. And again, they're partnered with companies in all of these sectors. Hawaii Cloud, they have all these cloud services. That's Morpheus Labs, Mind Token. And I always like to see who's checking them out and following them, because something so simple as people finding PAL AI in Becker's wallet will send something, right? So it's super important in crypto to, take these things into consideration. Who's following what, who's plugged in, because an influencer talking about something can put something on the map. Let's find the Mind website. Here it is, Morpheus Labs. Got about 33,000 followers here. And if you look at them, you got Crypto Seth is following them. He's had a lot of good calls. Patient Hodler, what's good? Gem Detector. They recently listed on KuCoin. Altcoin Buzz. I think Altcoin Buzz did a video on Morpheus Labs and Mind Token recently. Ivan on Tech. So when I see these things, brand new coin, hottest sector, low market cap, has the attention of, influential people. These are things that I like to take shots at and start positions. So those are the 3 coins that I bought this week: Astra, LAI, and Mind. And I bought some Mammoth. Let's get back into the chat. Let's see what's going on here. HG says, how high do you see AVAX going? Layer 1's really pumped pretty well this week prior to this correction. Solana was almost at $200. AVAX still up 24% on the week, was up 30%. AVAX, I think, is going to continue to do well. It's at a $20 million market cap right now. Let's check where it went last cycle. Last cycle, it got to about 21 million, maybe a little higher. I can see AVAX going to 60 million, 80 million. Even gets, with gaming, and it's got a bunch of games being built on there, I think. And I can see it getting up between 80 and 90 billion dollars this cycle. It's still early. When I think about Solana, Sol has ripped so hard, so fast that it's making me adjust my expectations for it. And coming into this cycle, or a couple months ago, I thought, my expectation was $400 to $500 Sol. That's only 100% away. Sol almost hit, I think it hit 195, 197 today. It's absolutely crazy. It's already passed its market cap high for last cycle. there's been dilution. So that's why, the price isn't at $260 because there are more coins in circulation, but it's already past its market cap high. And my expectation was that Sol would get to $400 to $500, but we're still early and it almost hit $200. I can see Sol getting to $300 to $400 billion this cycle, and getting to $750, $700 market cap, and really following the trajectory of what ETH has done, right? Getting to, I think ETH got to, I want to say 500 billion last cycle or so. So Sol is exceeding my expectations. I think that AVAX could get to 80 to 100. And right now, if it keeps up with Sol, so let's see, Sol's market cap is 80. AVAX is 20, so it's a quarter. I can see like a $80 billion market cap. So what's that? A $200 AVAX. But we will see. Uno Sean, Fed AI looking primed to pop. And I haven't done a deep dive. I should have on Fed AI. Let's take a look at Fed AI. This is something that Ron put out in the Telegram. I know it had a good pullback. Super cheap. $1 million. And maybe I should add some of this. I need to look into this, Uno. I'm glad you said that. This sector is so hot and so crazy that these small caps just, have these huge moves. I think Ron put out something there yesterday, a brand new AI token, and it did a 10x immediately. So $1 million market cap on Fed AI. I might need to open a position. I don't even know what it does. This is a great correction in the crypto market. That means we can buy more at cheaper prices. Yeah, 100% agree with Bill. Everyone wants to buy things when they're pumping, right? And Mammoth is a prime example of that. Look at Mammoth AI. There's so much hype around it today and so much enthusiasm and excitement, and everyone's saying, where can I buy? That is what happens when markets go up, right? Everyone's excited. It's going up, and it's triggering your endorphins, and everyone's looking to buy. These are today, this week, some good opportunities to build out positions in the coins that you like. And I see things like MCADE and Games for a Living and a bunch of coins have lost some support levels. So, a lot of people were looking to buy MCADE after it passed 2 cents and was at, 2.5 cents. Now you're seeing a better buying opportunities. And the same thing for something like Games for a Living. Look at the retracement on this. This was at, I think, went to 4 cents, over 4 cents. So this is a sharp 20% correction. When Bitcoin gets hit 10%, the alts get hit 20 to 30%. And so as Bill says, these are the times to add and build out your positions. For me, most of my positions are built out. And now I'm looking to see if there's, like those like LAI, new coins, Astra, build out new positions and new coins that I haven't gotten exposure to. And I'm doing that by selling off some Solana. Well, we already answered that. Astra AI looks promising. Yeah. Do you have a price prediction for Naka and Games for a Living? Yeah. Thanks for the super B-dubs. Appreciate your support of the channel and for being a channel member. So I tend not, I don't like making predictions because I've learned my lesson, but you asked for, you said games for a living and Naka. I think games for a living, I can see getting to about $1 is my, I think, a reasonable price target, which would put it at about $5 billion market cap, which is a little above, around where Gala was last cycle. I think that's a fair target, which would be a little over a 20x. I see Naka at a higher market cap just based off of the activity, the engagement. It's got a bit of a head start, and it's kind of leading the way. But of course, anything can happen. But for Naka, is also coming from a higher market cap. I can see it getting to maybe like an $8 billion market cap or so, even 10. And that would be about $60, $70. So if I had to make a prediction on Naka, I would say $8 billion market cap, $50, say. $50 from where it is today is about a 20x. So they're kind of in line in my thinking. Yeah, games for a living has a lot of unlocks. I want to say 2% a month for games for a living. It will be diluted. Naka has unlocks, not as aggressive. My thinking with unlocks is in a proper bull run, it'll eat through that, right? And you saw that, like, AI tech is an example of something that gets hot and just runs. Just as an example, when something gets hot and runs in a bull market, it doesn't really care about the unlocks. And you're going to get the sell pressure, right? And people are going to take profits regardless of unlocks. Anyone who has, who's holding is going to take some profits. But then there's going to be multiple legs up, right? And so last cycle, there were a bunch of coins that had unlocks, Gala being one of them, releasing on a monthly basis. And, it just ate through that. It will change the market cap, but I think it'll eat through if it's a strong narrative, strong project, a lot of people, strong community, and gets hot. And so if you look at Gala, this run up happened between November 6th. It was at 9 cents to November 26th. Okay, so from November 7th to the 26th, 19 days. In 19 days, it did almost a 10x. That's what happens at the end of cycles when you get these parabolic moves up. I've said that all these charts look alike, and they do. And things move up gradually and then all at once. And so look at Gala earlier in the year, September 3rd, it was 2 cents. The 14th, 4 cents. So it doubled. So this did a 100% move, retrace, and then a 10x, 1,000% move. And if you bought down here, it did another double up, 10x, a 40x total move. 40x total move, the majority of it came in 2 weeks. So if the same thing happens, you'll expect things to happen gradually. You'll see a double up, or 4x, things will go sideways for a bit, another move up. But then when the market gets really hot and that alt season really kicks in, that's when you'll see, a 7x, 8x, 10x in a short amount of time. Price prediction for Miria. Yeah. Will their node holders have much impact on price? So let's pull up Miria. So for Miria, my expectation is a 16 cents, $4 billion market cap, maybe higher. And I'm being a little conservative and just basing things off of historical market caps from last cycle, right? And so I think Miria has a very similar, it's often compared to Gala, right? It's got like the same model, same type of gaming ecosystem. Also runs on nodes, I think similar tokenomics. Gala did 4 billion last cycle. I can see Miria, if Miria does the same, it'd be 16 cents, which would be, I think, a 16x from where we are. But keep in mind that market caps, tend to go higher as things mature and more money comes into the system. So 4 billion last cycle could mean more this cycle. But conservatively, my target for Miria is like 16 cents, maybe up to 20 cents. And I don't think that their node holders, again, that's how their node holders get paid they get rewarded with tokens, right? So that's where the dilution kicks in for Miria. So it's the same, my thinking is it'll be the same for all these other tokens. And it's hard to find first cycle tokens that don't have, dilution occurring, a lot of dilution occurring throughout the year. And I think it'll get eaten up, just like it got eaten up by Gala. What happens is when the dust settles, they crash hard, right? And but I don't expect. And if you look at Miria, it's been pretty strong. And there have been people running multiple nodes getting paid in Miria token, and it's held up. Here we go. So it had a really big run in that gaming cycle, in that gaming run back in December. So from October, it was a tenth of a penny. It did a full 10x in 2 months. Sold off 50%. It's getting back to that local top, but gaming has been kind of quiet. So I think Miria, 16, 20 cents. But again, it's really impossible. I don't marry targets. I keep an open mind about different possibilities and think that it can go into, can fall within any of these things. And that includes a bear case scenario. Just saw on Devi Discord, they are only releasing 93 mil to the public, and the remaining 207 mil will be sold to estates and locked for 2 to 10 years. That's a good question, Ryan. When I analyzed it, I don't remember. Let me see something on Devi. I have to revisit Devi and see. I want to say that in my head, that 93 million circulating supply was my target, or was already part of my thinking. But I'll see, and I'll adjust. Also, so they care. They're creating an exchange. Yeah. Devi's doing a lot. They're going to be a launch pad, launching projects, which in itself can command a decent market cap. They're going to have their own exchange. They're a blockchain, but their technology is such that they're also a blockchain that can build other blockchains on top of it through their sharding. So companies can build blockchains on top of Devi. And so it's got potential. And that was, I feel like if the market didn't take a bit of a dive, the Devi was getting close. And their mainnet is coming out. But they were holding pretty strong, making like higher lows. They still are making higher lows, even with this dip. Just a week ago, they were down at $1, $1.30, $1.19. So even with this dip, holding at about $1.50, it's making some higher lows. It looks like some of the sellers are exhausted. Maybe we'll see what happens. Bitcoin could dump more, and maybe it dumps more, but it's looking like it's coiling up a little bit. And my thinking is, once the sellers are exhausted and it breaks this $2 mark, it goes into price discovery. And, when Tectum went into price discovery, it went from $10 to $45 in a really short amount of time. And that's the thing. I showed you the chart on Gala when it did a 10x at the end of last cycle in a matter of 4 weeks. You look at the Myriad chart, did a 10x in a matter of 8 weeks. These things have a tendency to move fast. You saw AI Tech, if you've been following that, just did a 5x super quick. AGI, another one, did many X's in a short amount of time. And so when I like something, I'd really try to build out my positions and see what happens. So we'll see what happens on Devi. But it applies for, any token that you like. If you're convicted on it and you feel strongly about it, take advantage of the time, the best that you can to accumulate, because they move fast. And you'll get your 20 to 30% dips, but they're going to be on, 500% moves. And I'll use AGI as an example. I don't own any. So AGI went from 5 cents to almost 70. It was 5 cents on February 11th. On March 9th, that's within a month, it went from 5 cents to 70 cents. What is that, a 15x? That's crazy. It's really crazy. And then it'll dump off. People will take their profits because they just made all that money, right? So it will cool off. And it's retraced about 30% or so. But it did a 1,500% move. And my point is, I try to be aggressive in accumulating when I have a lot of conviction in something. And my strategy is I spread out over 20 coins, all small alts, and I don't have to win on all of them, right? If you get a few of these, and if AGI, again, I don't own this, I'm sure is going to be a winner this cycle and get into the billions in market cap. And if you just get a couple of winners and you were accumulating down here, that's how you win. As long as you can withstand all this crazy volatility, right? LAI, PAL AI, OPSEC. What's up, Mo? Let me look up OPSEC, which I don't own. $120 million market cap. Yeah, I've seen a lot about OPSEC. Again, you look at this, 13 cents to $2, a high of $2.30. Big retracement, about 50% correction here. Right? So you'll see these corrections. And regardless, if I'm a long holder on an altcoin like this, I just hold and wait until some of my targets are hit. I don't try to move in and out. But winners keep on winning, right? And if you've got some winners in a hot sector and you get them early, profit taking is always good to protect your bags. But also don't leave your moon bags there, because winners are going to keep on winning. They're confirmed by the market, and it's all good stuff. Price prediction for Astra AI. No, I don't yet have a price prediction for Astra AI because I want to see what more of their roadmap looks like in terms of getting on centralized exchanges and things like that. Right now, they're only available, I think Astra's only available on DEXs. And it's showing a lot of strength without exposure. And it's on ETH, which sucks. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's only on Uniswap. I want to see what they're looking to do in terms of getting on exchanges. You saw AI Tech, I think, just got on KuCoin. I think TET just got on Gate.io. And like, why I say this is because something like Paladin AI, their roadmap right now doesn't necessarily include centralized exchanges. So that changes the game for me, right? I'm adjusting my expectations for this because from what I understand, they're not looking, they want to preserve their tax. They have a tax on buy and sales. I think 5%. Astra AI also has a tax. And I'm wondering if they're going to want to protect that and not get on centralized exchanges. So we'll see. I think something like Astra could, AI is in its first cycle, I mean. And so we don't have anything to compare it to from last cycle. But I think the good ones are going to get into the billions in market cap. You're already seeing that happen. You're already seeing some of them penetrate billions, and they're going to get higher. And would it shock me for something like Astra to get to $1 billion market cap? It wouldn't. But I don't know enough to make that prediction yet. Let me look at CDX. It's CrossDex or Codex chain. I'm assuming it's Codex chain. Let's see, $58 million fully diluted. Yeah, this looks like it's strong chart consolidation after coming down from a local top. I'm going to write it down and take a look. How much would MAMAI have to retrace? It's a good question, Justin. POM is now at, it just had a nice retracement. This hit a local top of $1.96 at $1.23. So when it was $1.96, what's that, like $170 million market cap? I think if it dipped another like 20%, I might buy it again. And for me, it's just, do I buy MAMAI now after it's run up at 100 million, or do I buy LAI at sub 20? And that's what I think. I always think in terms of relative to the other coin. Sometimes if I miss something, I miss it. And I had MAMAI, so I didn't miss it. I bought it at like 4 cents, but I sold too early, like 16 cents. So if I can go back in history, I would change that because I missed out on another 10x after that. But when I bought it, it was a Telegram bot. I didn't view it as, I didn't see, like when I saw AI Tech, I thought, oh, this is good. AGI, I look at it, I don't own it, but I think that's good. That can command billions of dollars in market cap. Palm AI, it looked like a Telegram bot. Didn't seem like anything special, but it blew past 100 million. And so sometimes things get away from you, they get away from you. I'm positioned in other things, and relative to Palm AI, I think now I would just probably continue buying LAI, Layer AI. Yeah. It's only less than a $20 million market cap on this. So it could 5x and get to where Palm is. And this is something that I think, so when I look at Palm, and Palm tricked me. This market is tricky, all right? Like Run DMC says, it's tricky. Because Palm, I didn't think Palm would, I thought Palm would maybe get to like $100, $200 million market cap. I didn't view it as $1 billion potential, market cap. Now altcoin daily's on it. I think Becker's on it. And so it wouldn't shock me if it did another 10x from here. But when I look at LAI, I can see that becoming $1 billion play. And so everything is relative. And that's the same thing. These are their data capsules. These are NFTs. Store your data. And again, I think the product is already working. Like they have this product is in the App Store. I don't know how they already have 180,000 Twitter followers. Sometimes those things, I wonder if some of those are bought and paid for. But 6,000 data capsule NFTs claimed already as of November of 2023. 80,000 people on the email list, subscriber. This just looks to me like something with potential to hit $1 billion. But we're going to find out. Maybe I'm wrong and it goes to zero. And that's the thing. When you're buying these things early, it's easy in hindsight to say I should have bought more. I should have held on to Palm. It's easy to say in hindsight, right? When you're buying things with foresight, with the expectation, or with thinking that this could get to a certain market cap, you don't know what's going to happen. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe Layer AI goes to zero. But for me, it checks all the boxes, and we're going to see what happens. When retail comes in, we will need our tokens to be accessible on major exchanges. Yeah. This is also, to get to like those big market caps, yeah, I think that's true. I think that although you see things like Caspa getting, I think, so the space, I think last cycle or 2 cycles ago, it would have been harder to get to like a couple billion on DEXs alone. But I think more and more people from previous cycles who are here now, people like yourself, B-Dubs, who maybe you didn't know how to use, swap and MetaMask on Uniswap last year, but you've learned. And I think with all the scrutiny on big exchanges, there are more people like us who now understand these things. And I think that they can get to higher market caps, but they're not going to reach their full potential unless, my cousin who knows nothing about crypto can buy it. Because my niece just reached out to me, said she wants to get into crypto, and asked if she should buy Shiba Inu. And this is how retail thinks. She asked if she should buy Shiba and ADA, because this is what she has access to. And there will be a flood of retail that comes in. Now, it's going to be interesting this cycle with Coinbase specifically, because they're involved in that lawsuit with the SEC, and I'm wondering how many new coins they're going to list. If they're going to be more reluctant, hesitant to list coins until the dust settles on that lawsuit. We'll see. They listed Gala last cycle. Will they list Games for a Living and Naka? Naka is on, I want to say Naka's on Binance. But, Binance will list these coins, and I think Binance will be fine. I just talked about LAI again. Oh, you've been in it for several months. Very nice, Mo. Mo, tell me what you like in the comments about LAI. I'm liking it a lot. And again, I just discovered it in the last week because I needed someplace to park my Solana money. And I'm putting very little new money into crypto at this point. All my money's coming from my Solana profits. Solana's at $200. Maybe it's got a 3.5x left in it. Now I'm trying to take those gains and find coins that have 10x, 20x, 50x potential and just recycle that money. Justin says, a lot of the times it's the coins you don't expect to run much. Yeah, it's crazy. Which is also why I'm kind of like, that's like the one coin I sold was Palm AI. The one coin I sold. That's a lie. I probably sold 5 coins that I bought and didn't hold long. But most of the time, like my strategy and my style is buy, build out strong positions and hold, right? And then sell at target levels. And Palm, I just saw it as a short-term play for some reason. Who knew? It's ironic. And what the ironic thing is MAMAI is going to outperform everything because that's like the most ironic outcome that could happen. So I'm not selling. Yeah, Mask is a bit of a disappointment when it's going. It has, my expectation for Mask was higher price-wise. And here we go. Ooh, damn. Looks like another whale sold. No, that's brutal. Yeah, Mask, a little bit disappointment price-wise. My thoughts on the project haven't changed. $11 million market cap. This could be a good buying opportunity right here. $11 million market cap, fully diluted. Ain't nothing changed but the price for me in terms of Mask. They're overhauling their browser. They have a working product. They've got a bunch of partnerships. And I think they're undervalued relative to other privacy projects. Ator. I'm not overly familiar with Ator, but Ator is. Where is Ator? Oh, here it is. Is this it? This is not it. Yeah, maybe this. Yeah, this is it. Ator. So Ator is another privacy project. $200 million market cap. I don't know if it's the best comparable because I'm not overly familiar with it. Singularity. Let's see what that's at. Is it this? Singularity Net? No. But I think Singularity's at like 75 million or 60 million. The point is, relative to some other coins in this sector, Mask is undervalued. I like their tokenomics. Nothing has changed for me, so I'm still holding. But yeah, price-wise, it's been a little disappointing. I'm having Carrie Hero, the co-founder, on the channel within the next week or two. He just spoke at an event and he's been busy. Been meaning to get him on the channel. So he'll be coming on and we can find out what's going on with Mask in terms of what their roadmap is, short term and long term. I'd like to see some more token awareness built out around them. So far, only available on DEXs. They're not on any centralized exchange, not even MEXC. And maybe that's part of the issue. But I know that that's intentional for them, is building out the DEXs first. And it's not in like an AI sector. So maybe that's what they need to kickstart this thing. But when you look at, and I do this often to see just like track sentiment, see who's watching. When you look at Mask, no, this is nobody. You'll see people citing them as being undervalued, right? Gems under 50 million. So they come up like there's token awareness. There's some token awareness around them, right? Like for instance, as a comparable, like something like OMI, like is only being tracked by the OMI community. Mask is on lists when you search for it, right? There are people who are buying the blood on this and who view it as undervalued. And so I think it's a matter of time for Mask. I think they need some token awareness, some exchanges, and at fully diluted, a 10x for this is only a $100 million market cap still. A 20x is a $200 million market cap. It had a nice run over here from 17 cents to 70 cents. It did like almost a 5x pretty quickly. It's lost a lot of steam. I know recently a whale sold out, and maybe that's what happened today, because this is a big wick down right here. So my thinking is someone dumped a sizable portion, and maybe that's due to frustration of sideways action. And a lot of people will sell something that's moving sideways to ape into a hot sector, a hot coin. Because like Kid in the Cage says, everything is narrative. And you're seeing people ape into AI plays. And you'll see them, I think, ape into gaming plays again. But eventually, good projects will get their run. Not everything runs at the same time. And so right now, I'm going to continue to build out my LAI position and maybe buy some more Mind. But if I were to add something, I'd consider adding more Mask down here also. But I do want to catch more of these AI, more of this AI narrative, because I don't think it's going anywhere. At the end of the bull run, you should plan out a get together to celebrate. Let's hold our OMI bags again. Yeah, for sure. It'll be fun. Let's take a look at OMI. OMI's it lost a 0 and lost a 0009. And I think you're seeing this with OMI also. People getting frustrated, people seeing other things move and moving out of OMI and into some other things. And if it loses 0008, then you could go back to like 0006. It'd be crazy. I thought that it would hold up a little better. And maybe OMI to NFT changes that. But it looks like people, kind of, there's a little bit of wariness setting in. It gets, the longer you go into a bull run, into a cycle without moving, the heavier your bags get, right? And if you've been holding them for a while, they're even heavier. And so I think there are a lot of people who are feeling that. And I think OMI will have its run. But this is where we're at. Did you consider VIA as an investment, as an AI investment? $12 million market cap. VIA is Octavia. Yeah. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I did. And Octavia is something I might consider adding. I absolutely would consider Octavia. Again, tried to get this on the public sale. The first day was 10 cents. I think part of that psychologically is why, well, there are two reasons why I haven't bought it yet. One is because I had my eyes on 10 cents when it debuted and I didn't get it. And it shot all the way up here. But then the market cap was misreported as like 70 million. And I just found out last week that it was cheaper. So, yeah. Maybe we'll get it even cheaper, Octavia. Because it did from 10 cents to a high of $2.85. It did almost a 30x immediately. That's a lot of gains for people. And so we'll see. This is one I would potentially add. I did the same thing with Buddy AI. I sold and then it did a 20x. Yeah, learn from it. I'm never understanding Telegram bots again. It's crazy. This is why I'm going hard on Pal AI. Yeah, and that's why, again, like what Uno Sean says here is really smart. Learn from it and make an adjustment. It's okay. Like, it's fine. There's still time to make up for a mistake like that, right? So I made the mistake of Palm AI, but like Sean said, that's why I've learned I'm not letting go of Pal AI, anytime soon. And it's all good. There are plenty of gains to be made. Buddy was one that I was eyeing also. I never bought it. Let's take a look. Buddy AI. This is like a companion. An AI companion. I think for languages, if I'm not mistaken, like it translates things. Went up to $4. Big dump off on it. Less than $2. Less than a $2 million market cap, if this is correct, for Buddy. So you must have got this. I wonder if you got this sub 1 million. But this was put out in the Telegram super cheap. And some things I just sleep on and I don't buy, but, it is what it is. Not going to lie, LAI is the only one that I put money into. That's my least favorite. It was an early AI project that looked most established before all the new projects. All right, got it. So you don't like it compared to some of the newer stuff. Is that it, Mo? Hustle could be a player. It works with musicians. Let's take a look. Sub 1 million. So this just came out or just popped. I'm going to write it down. Thanks, Justin. Mo says, I like DPIN. That's going to be big money for sure, like OPSEC and others popping up. Yeah, DPIN is getting a lot of traction, a lot of people talking about it. I don't really have much in the way of it yet. Mario C in the house. What's good? I think Sol ecosystem will be the winner. Sol overall, man, is such a winner this cycle. Sol memes are a winner because they're so cheap to mint. It's free basically to buy things. Gas. The gas is so cheap on Sol. Everything is so fast on Sol, and so yeah, Sol is such a winner. It could do 100x from its bottom of $8, which is absolutely crazy, right? Which is similar if you look at Cardano, though. That's what it did on its second cycle. So ADA crashed to 3 cents after its first cycle, and then it did 100x. And Sol, I think, could follow that exact pattern. So again, ADA went up to wherever it did, $1.50 or whatever, crashed to 3 cents, did 100x to $3. And I think it did a 2.5 from its previous all-time high. And if Sol does a 2.5 from its previous all-time high, that puts it at about $650. So you see these parallels in crypto, and history repeat itself. It's so weird how that happens, but it happens. And history is often a predictor of the future. So we're going to see how it all plays out. But yeah, the Sol ecosystem, when you have a winner, the money flows into the ecosystem, right? The liquidity flows into the ecosystem, which is why you've got, Hello Labs now putting their token on Solana also, so that they can take advantage of that. PAL AI is going to be heading over to Solana also, so they can take advantage of that liquidity and the cheap gas fees. Because if they're not getting on exchanges, they know that the ETH gas fees are killer. And so they're migrating, or if not migrating, making their token accessible on Solana also. You're going to see more and more like this. Pink Panther says he was buying ADA at 2 cents. It's dope. Well, I bought Sol at $8. I didn't get ADA at 2 cents, but you need to buy that blood. If you're around, during a bear market and you buy that blood and you just heavy accumulation, that's what allows you. That's what the veteran crypto people do, right? They accumulate Bitcoin, Ethereum, blue chips, ride them up, sell them off into the small caps, ride them up. And so you're recycling your liquidity, making a 10x, 20x off something, riding it up again. And now you're getting 100x's out of your money off of your initial investment. And if you weren't here for that, that's fine too, because you learn from it. You hear for next time, or you learn to ride your things up right now, take your profits, etc. HGT could explode when the narrative hits. Yeah, 1.6 million. Maybe I'll get some of this. Has it recovered? This was put out on Ron's Telegram also. We're giving away all the alpha here. $1.6 million market cap. Big sell-off. It ran up to what, 2.5 cents? Now it's at 0.004. So to get back to that local top, it's like a 5 or 6x away. $1.5 million market cap. Yeah. I might have to buy some HGT. Because you don't need, like my PAL AI bag. I bought PAL AI at, I want to say, a $2 million market cap. Maybe less. I've got a good 10x out of it already. And I'm just making a point. If you catch a small market cap, so I must have bought this at about 2 million. No, less. whatever, 1.5 million. I put like $2,000 in it. So that bag is like $20,000 now, and it's still a low market cap. And then if that does another 10x, that's a $200,000 bag. It's crazy. If you can find a good coin in a hot narrative at a $1 million, $2 million market cap and get a 50x out of it, it doesn't take a ton of money to make a lot of money. But you've got to also be patient and wait things out because sometimes it takes time. I like to just park my money in something and forget about it. I bought Buddy at 200K market cap. Damn. It was going sideways for weeks. I sold, and 2 days later, it did a 20x. Yeah, things happen. Learn from it. Be more patient. When I buy something, I just forget about it. I've learned, like Sean says, like right now, that's like where I am with Sky token. I don't know what Sky is going to do. This is Sky Path. It's not in a hot narrative, but it's got a good story behind it. And it's sub million. It's at $500,000, $500,000 market cap. And I bought this higher. So I'm down like 40. I probably bought this at like $800,000 market cap. So I'm down right now. And a lot of people ask me if I'm still bullish on it, if I still like it. Nothing's changed on it. Sometimes you just got to be patient. Like if I sold this now and then it did a 20x, which is so easy to do, I'd be so pissed, right? Because a 20x, that's a 20x move from 500,000 is only a $10 million market cap. That's nothing, right? Benji did a 25x for me. Taylor Swift's cat in 2 days. We just saw MAMAI do a 10x in like a couple days, a few days. So I just set it and forget it. Like Unu Sean says, top AI pick. Small cap AI. Right now, what I'm buying is LAI, Astra, and Mind. And I talked about them earlier if you want to go back, G-Flow. FA First Appearance just picked up additional VRA bag. Really believe in this unique project. Yeah, strong community on Veracity. I like Veracity too. Nice dip. $100 million market cap. Nice. I think all-time high was 9 cents. I think it'll take that out. I like Veracity also. Strong community. Veracity kind of reminds me of Omi. The community is strong. The community was upset recently in Veracity, but Veracity's recovered much better. They were upset around the token burning situation and I guess the communication around it. And there was a lot of FUD. But price changes everything. So this was 007. And it, did a nice 100% move. A little retracement. I do like Veracity. I bought a bunch a few days ago and now down 20% on most. Yeah. You can afford to make a short-term mistake when the long-term trend is up. Plenty of my stuff I've bought. Like, for instance, I just got into LAI this week. It's down. The market tanked. And I bought a little high. I knew it was a little high. I knew that I was likely to take, a short loss. But I bought maybe like in the 7s. I knew it was coming off of this pump. But sometimes I just want to start a position. And then I can just average in. Just starting that position kind of eases my mind. And I'm down on it short term, but it doesn't matter if long term is up. And, Myriad taught me that lesson. I bought Myriad back in April, all the way back here. Well, before here, down here. Wait, was it? Maybe it was May, because it had come down. So I bought it. Maybe I bought it first time at 004 or something, and it bled, and then just went sideways for months. But I just left it there, and then it took off. Did a 10x, whatever. So we've got a little bit of market volatility. Bitcoin's down. If Bitcoin recovers, if Bitcoin reclaims 70,000, oh wow, Bitcoin's down to 65.5. Looks like it's not going to yet. So it looks like it's going to 64. I want to say, let's see where it settles. We'll see if Bitcoin goes 64. But if Bitcoin finds some support and then ranges over time, I think you'll see the alts recover first, and you get a little bit of an alt season there, a little bit of recovery. We'll see. Yeah, but the point was, when the market recovers, these things recover so fast. Did you get an airdrop? Yeah, I did. The Saga phone, IQ50. I saw that. I didn't know that was because of the Saga phone. I saw IQ50 dropped into my Phantom wallet. I think it was like $40 when they dropped it. Last I checked, it went to my holdings went to like $90. IQ50, meme coin. I love the free stuff on Saga. If you make a 10x, take 20% off the table. Then you have stable coins to take advantage of dips. Yeah. Another strategy that's good. So whatever it is, whatever your strategy is, just come up with a strategy that works for you, and come up with rules that you have for yourself. Learn from the mistakes that you make, but also learn from mistakes other people make, and then accumulate, take profit, sell at the right time. That's the way. But been on for about an hour and a half. I am going to call it a night. I appreciate everyone who came through, spent an hour and a half here on stream. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.